Sometimes when you really want to know an answer, that's when you ask a question. But however, when you know that uncomfortable answer, then you don't want to ask the question. Today, we ask those questions and seek those spooky answers. Whether it's your belief or whether it is a fact, whether it is your culture or whether it's proven by science, we all very well know where there's good, there's got to be an evil. And when there's God, there's got to be a ghost. Today on the streets of Chennai, we will open our arms and say hello to Halloween. Once upon a time, not very long back, in the 19th century, there was a man called John de Monte. Now you must be wondering, why should you know about this man now in this environment? Forget the man. Let's talk about the acres of land that he owned, which is called De Monte Colony. This definitely strikes a bell. Movies have been made and stories have been spoken about this place. Today we'll go and discover one side, rather the other side. The De Monte Colony is filled with identical looking houses, but there are few houses that have a very unique story. The entire stretch of that colony was once owned by John de Monte, who was a very, very rich businessman. However, he led a very unhappy and a disturbed life. His wife was mentally unstable, and one fine day, for no real reason, their son passed away, followed quickly by the death of his parents. Ever since then, there's been a lot of talk about the entire place being haunted. People say they hear strange noises from the colony, whether it is the bolting of doors or mysterious shadows falling on the sidewalk. Even the pets or stray animals who wander into the strange place have now disappeared. If you ask me, what is the proof? Where is the record that De Monte Colony is haunted? I'll tell you what, there is no proof. But ask anyone to walk into this place after sunset and their answer immediately would be no. Now from the colony, let's move to the heart of the city. Some people say this place has enormous historical value. That's right, built in the year of 1973, this is the first flyover of Chennai. We're talking about Anna flyover, also called Gemini flyover. This place is buzzing with traffic, horns and people. However, today we see the other side of this buzz, what is unseen but not unheard. You would least expect a horror story to come up near one of the most visited churches in Chennai, the St. Thomas National Shrine. A half-constructed building facing this flyover is filled with stories of suicide. Many passers-by have said they've heard strange noises like cries and laughter from the flyover. Even during the hot summer nights of Chennai that are very sultry, people have complained of freezing cold chills when they pass by this bridge, and they've been struck with fever afterwards. Many people would not want you to know that one landmark of the city is actually haunted. From the heart of the city, now we move to a spot which has a lot of heart in the city. We're talking about the beaches. The Besanagar beach is easily known as one of the most prettiest beaches of our city for friends and for family. But right next to that beach is a landmark for several reasons. This is the Broken Bridge. Let's go back to the reason of this bridge. It was supposed to be a path connecting the Besanagar beach and also the Marina beach. But for several reasons, several stories say why this was demolished or left incomplete. There are questions about this. However, there's no question about one fact, that this place is haunted. Let's visit. Have you ever heard of a broken bridge that leads to nowhere? Have you ever heard of a bridge that connects the soul to the spirit? You can find one in Adyar. This bridge was built to help fishermen cross over, but could not stand the test of time and turbulent waves. This bridge broke down. Ever since, it has been said that this bridge became the walkway to very, very strange happenings. Fishermen proclaim that they have heard screams in the wee hours of the night that they believe to be of the women who have been attacked and raped here. Dead bodies without any traces of accidents and identity have been recovered on numerous occasions near the bridge. Yes, this is one famous spot for shooting of movies, but the real genre is something which is a lot more spookier. From the bridges, rather the broken bridge, we now hit the road. This one lane is supposedly so calm and so serene during the day, it's hard to imagine this is a place that can be frequented by the spirits. On the left, you have an international school. On the right, you have the Blue Cross. It should ideally be a very safe and secure place. But when the sun sets, this place rises to something very, very spooky. Let's visit the Blue Cross Road. When you talk about the city of Chennai and a haunted spot, this place will cross your mind, the Blue Cross Street. The number of suicides in this locality is said to have contributed to the spirit population. The dense trees on the sides of the road are witness to grave happenings and contribute to the eerie backdrop. Pale, white figures are reported to have darted across the streets, freaking out passers-by. People have also complained of being tightly slapped on the face out of the blue while no one was around. Holy pictures and idols of gods are stacked in one corner, maybe seeking divine intervention. Has it worked? Well, you are free to find out. You know what? I forgot to mention this one road, the OMR. In the late 90s and the early 2000s, this spot, the old Mahabalipuram Road, became a spot for huge research centers and IT parks. If you thought from then till now, it's only the engineers that flocked this place, you're absolutely wrong. There's a lot more that happens there. More energy and more spark. You know what happens at the Wipro CDC 5 building? You want to see this. This building, where the current Wipro Park has been constructed, was a graveyard in the 1980s. This fact alone should scare the living daylights out of you. There have been several instances where human apparitions have been witnessed on the corridors of this IT park. The watchman here also claimed to have witnessed several ghost-like people who vanished into nothingness upon being called out to. A human figure with shadowy existence has been spotted walking the streets of the Wipro premises, sometimes amongst his techie colleagues. Who would have ever imagined this tech giant could host such twisted, dark events? This is one spot you don't want loaded in your life. So if you are concluding that maybe the beaches and the bridges, the roads and the lanes are very, very unsafe, that's okay. But you're safe within the four walls of your home, I'll tell you what, you know it as well. You are absolutely wrong, especially if you're in the house of F2 at Valmiki Nagar. Now this one is a haunted story. Bad lighting, narrow roads, and a poorly painted house where a woman is said to have committed suicide might make up for a really good horror flick. But this is a reality in Chennai. The mansion has been haunted for about 10 years now. The lady opens the doors of the house after midnight for guests and pleasantly welcomes them home, offering great hospitality. The neighbors of Valmiki Nagar have noticed the doors open and close before dawn. People have reported that their mobile networks are blanked out and the screens start flickering when they pass this place, F2 at Valmiki Nagar. Just to let you know, you have an open invitation too. You know what? It's rather safe to say that this city of Chennai has probably got the right spirits. On that note, you must understand some shows and some episodes have no goodbyes. We said hello to Halloween, but sometimes you might never be able to say goodbye.